Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and welcome back to another video. I apologize, I have not made a video talking about the multiplayer reveal for Modern Warfare. It's because I was gone literally the same day that the reveal happened, which of course was August 1st. I left that day for vacation for a few days, and yeah, it was just really bad timing, to be honest with you. I don't know, I was pretty mad about that. But I did actually have a video uploaded here on the channel during the time I was gone, because I had it scheduled before I left my house and everything. And the shitty part was that video I uploaded, I put in the wrong video file on YouTube, and that pisses me off so much. It was literally the video file I uploaded was actually a piece of the actual video that I edited. And so literally I uploaded something that was completely useless. It was useless, and some people did end up watching it. I don't know if anybody commented on it or anything, but I delayed the video. Then when I got back home from vacation, I re-uploaded the actual video, the edited one, and now it's on my channel. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, maybe you guys were one of the people who end up watching the really crappy video file that was no editing at all. If you guys actually did miss that video, there'll be a card on screen or a link in the description that you guys can check out. It's actually about the Xbox One Elite controller, and I kind of did a little review and talked about if these type of controllers actually make you a better player when you play video games. So anyway, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about multiplayer. What are my thoughts about it? Now that I've actually processed all this information when I got back from vacation, I looked up so many YouTube videos, all these different people's opinions about the game when they go ahead and played it, and information that they were able to give out about the game, and I was able to see all the kill streaks that were available that they were able to use anyway. And there's just a lot to talk about, to be honest with you. And so the first thing I really want to talk about, which is going to be the elephant in the room. I mean, not literally in the elephant in my room, because I don't have an elephant in my room. It's a metaphor that I'm going with. I'm sure you guys know that. But anyway, the elephant in the room is of course the minimap, right? And how there isn't actually a minimap when you play the multiplayer, even its standard mode. It's kind of like hardcore mode where you don't have a minimap either. So the thing that the minimap works is that the only way for it to pop up in core modes is if you call in a personal radar, or if you call in a UAV, or if you call in an advanced UAV, which is basically like an orbital VSAT type thing. So here's the thing. There's some YouTubers, I think they were kind of iffy. They think it might actually slow down the gameplay, and I personally kind of agree with this. And the reason why I think that having no minimap might actually slow down the gameplay is because, first of all, you can't see where the enemies are at. You can't see where they're shooting, visually wise. You can't see on the minimap where they're at. You're going to have to go with audio when it comes to this game. You're going to have to really hear footsteps. You're going to have to really hear where gunshots are coming from. And the worst part is you don't actually know if those gunshots are from your teammates or from an enemy. So it's I don't know. The minimap is going to really confuse things, and it's going to make things a little bit more difficult, I think, in my opinion. But I also think having no minimap is going to promote camping very badly. And I want to compare this to Call of Duty Ghosts, because Call of Duty Ghosts did actually have a minimap in that game, but it did not have a UAV kill streak. It had a SATCOM, literally a freaking SATCOM, a device that you would place on the ground, and you had to actually have two of them on the ground in order for your team to actually have its own radar, which acted like a UAV basically. So that's the problem. And Call of Duty Ghosts, I think we all know, people camped the crap out of that game. If you go back and play it, I mean, not a lot of people play it anymore, but oh my goodness, there's so many people that camp in that game to this day. It is ridiculous. I just can't believe how many people actually camp in that game. And I'm afraid the same thing might actually happen here in Modern Warfare. Now, of course, you don't really see people camping during this reveal event, all the footage that we're seeing from these YouTubers and all that. Of course, they're not camping because these are pro players or YouTubers. These guys have played Call of Duty for the longest time. They don't camp. They're not noobs at Call of Duty. So, of course, they're going to be playing a lot differently. But when we actually start playing the beta, people might actually start camping, and especially during the full game, people are going to start camping because there is no minimap. They don't know where the enemies are at, so they're trying to play it safe by staying crouched in some corner. And I hope that's not the case. I really hope I'm wrong about it. I could be completely wrong, right? Maybe the people won't end up playing like that. So I don't know. I'm a little iffy on it. I really just want to get my hands on the beta right now, just so I can actually have a good idea of how the game's going to be played without this minimap. But I mean, at least the good news is you can still get to the minimap through personal radar, UAV, and advanced UAV. So I don't know. I just kind of want to get that off my chest. That's the only thing I think that I don't like about the game. Honestly, there's really nothing else that really bothers me too much. Now, there is a way you can get like stopping power rounds or armor piercing rounds. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called stopping power rounds. So they kind of act as specialists. There's like the operators kind of act as specialists in this game, but they're not specialists. So like you can get like this package, or I don't even remember what it's called, like an operator package that will like charge up through the match, and you get to choose whatever options it gives you. There's like these stopping power rounds, there's like an ammo crate that you can put down for your team, like there's different options. There's this little barricade you can put down. It's not like Torque's barricade where it has a microwave and literally it's a head glitch. It's smaller and it doesn't have the microwave effect. But the stopping power rounds actually do end up killing enemies quicker, and if you do die with the stopping power rounds, when you respawn you will not have them, so I guess that's a good thing. I mean, that makes sense. So I don't know, that's I guess another iffy thing that might really suck, I guess, but I mean, then again, I don't really know what to say. I don't know, I guess I have to play the game for myself. I didn't really see a lot of people talking about the stopping power rounds. Another thing that I'd like to talk about are the kill streaks. Now, I believe there was 15 kill streaks, if I counted. Maybe it was like 13, something like that. It was in the teens, I can't remember, but I remember seeing all the kill streaks in some YouTubers' videos. They're describing what they do, and they showed off a little bit of gameplay of them as well. And I'm impressed with the kill streaks. I think the personal radar is actually really cool, because normally when you call in a radar, your whole team can see it, which is great, and they still have that. They still have the normal UAV, but I like the personal radar because if you play game modes like free-for-all, you can earn yourself the personal radar, which actually, if I'm not mistaken, costs less than the UAV in this game, so I think that's really cool. Also, the lethal kill streaks are really badass. I'm not gonna lie. What's kind of interesting, I don't think they have a sentry gun in this game, which is very interesting, because like every Call of Duty game has like some sort of sentry gun, but I guess not in this game apparently. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Now the gunship's returning. It's basically the AC-130 from previous Modern Warfare games, or the gunship that you see in Black Ops 4. I actually love using the gunship in Black Ops 4 and the AC-130. Those things are badass. I mean, seriously, just raining fire from above. It's hella fun, of course, to use. Of course, it's not an easy kill streak to actually get. If I'm not mistaken, it might be like a 12 or 13 kill streak to actually earn. The highest kill streak that they were able to use during this reveal event was actually a Juggernaut suit. And the Juggernaut suit, like, it's a kill streak I didn't use a whole lot. I didn't think it was like a really good one in the past, but I think they actually made the Juggernaut suit really good in this game. You're not very slow. You don't move very slow. I think you have a lot more health. I mean, you have a Gatling gun or minigun, whatever you want to call it, in your arms. So I didn't actually see any gameplay of the Juggernaut suit other than, of course, like the reveal trailer that we got. But it seems pretty interesting, because in the trailer it showed you can shoot down an enemy helicopter with it, which is actually really cool. I think that's awesome. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how the Juggernaut suit actually works in the game itself. Now, of course, at the very end of the trailer, there was the nuke, of course. That's the classic Infinity War nuke. You know, every Infinity War game has a nuke in it, and so, well, except for COD 4, of course. But yeah, seriously, I don't know if the nuke is actually going to be a earnable kill streak that you actually have to select in like the main menu, or it's one of the secret kill streaks that we've seen in the past already, where literally if you just go on a 25 gun streak, then you get yourself the Moab, or you get yourself the Chem Strike, or whatever it might be, right? So we don't actually know for sure what it's going to be yet, because nobody at the reveal event actually went on a 25 gun streak, so we're not entirely sure how the nuke system is going to work. Now, let's say the nuke is going to be a selectable kill streak. This will be very interesting, because it actually won't be that hard to actually earn, because there's a perk in the game. I believe it's in the perk 2 slot. I can't remember what it's called, but it basically, what it does, it makes your kill streak stackable like in Modern Warfare 2. So for example, if you earn yourself the Harriers, which by the way, the Harriers from Modern Warfare 2 are back. They're not called the Harriers in this game. Totally forgot what they call them in this game, but anyway, the Harriers are back, and let's say your Harrier gets a couple of kills, like 3 kills. Those kills will actually go towards like your chopper gunner, for example, and that's of course in the same life. Like, let's say you die when you call in the Harrier strike or whatever, then the kills after you respawn, they don't actually count towards your next kill streak. It has to be in that same life, and there's a perk that allows you to have stackable kill streaks, and I think that's awesome. Not to mention that we're talking about kill streaks here, not score streaks. This is something I am so happy about, to be completely honest with you. I think for me personally, I've learned that I like to use kill streaks more than score streaks, because with score streaks, obviously with score streaks, it's not just kills that you have to get to actually earn your streaks themselves. It could be like capturing the domination flag, it could be like planting a bomb in demolition or something like that. It's playing the objective basically. And I do like how score streaks like make players try to play the objectives so they can actually earn their streaks. But the problem with them is that they kind of overprice them a little bit. Like for example, in Black Ops 4 here, the freaking UAV cost over 500 score. That's more than a 5 kill streak just for a freaking UAV, which is totally absurd in my personal opinion. But here in Modern Warfare, we have kill streaks, not score streaks. Don't have to worry about that. Though Charlie Intel actually did tweet out something today saying there will be a perk where you can change your kill streaks into score streaks, which is a little bit interesting. So I'll have to see how that works. But I probably won't end up using that perk. I'll probably end up using the stackable kill streak perk, where like the Modern Warfare 2, how things worked back then. But yeah, honestly, I'm so impressed with this game. The way the gameplay looks, it feels good, I think, in my opinion. I kind of like how it's kind of a Battlefield look to it. I don't know why. I was a really big sucker for Battlefield at one point, but I don't play Battlefield anymore. So seeing that kind of Battlefield feel to it and being smooth just like Call of Duty is, oh man, it's just like an orgasm in your head, at least for me anyway. Also, another thing I'd like to mention, there was a game mode, I believe they called it realism mode, where basically there's no HUD at all. You have the same health like in standard modes and stuff like that, but there's no HUD or anything. And then like the gameplay I saw, it was on a night map, so you had to only use night vision goggles. You could take them off, but you literally couldn't see jack squat, so you literally had to have the night vision goggles on. And it seriously, and there was no hit markers. Like when you shoot at an enemy, there was like no hit markers. And since it was a night map, you can't actually aim down your sights, because realistically you can't really aim down sights when you have night vision goggles on. So you're kind of hip firing, and everybody's hip firing, and you can see like the enemies like laser sights on their weapons. I don't know. It was a very interesting game mode. I don't know if it's going to be a very popular one, but I think it'll be a fun one to actually play here and there. So overall, there's so much more I can talk about in this reveal, but I kind of wanted to get the main points off, kind of the controversy with the mini-map and how I really like the kill streaks that they have available to us. And the created class, and not to mention the gunsmith mode, you're allowed to have 5 or 6 attachments on your weapon with no downside of like with adding the perks onto your class. Like, holy crap, because it's not like the pick 10 system where if you have 5 or 6 attachments on your gun, you can't have any perks or any other benefits or even a secondary weapon. But that's not the case here. You can have 5 attachments on your primary, you can have 5 attachments on your secondary, you can still have 3 perks, and oh my goodness, that was really surprising to me. I'll have to see how that ends up being, because the attachments are very interesting. That's another thing I'd like to bring up really fast. The attachments, some of them, what they do, they seem very similar to each other, but some of them have their benefits and then some of them have their downsides, because some of them, like for example, there might be a stock that lets your weapon sway faster while you're like moving or whatever, but maybe it'll add more recoil when you're doing that or something. I don't know. I just think that's interesting. The way attachments work in this game are a lot different. They kind of remind me of Battlefield attachments because they kind of work similarly in a way, so that's very interesting. I don't know, I am very excited to play this game. I cannot wait for the beta to come out, you guys. I am hoping, I am like crossing my fingers, praying to the COD gods that this game is going to be it. This will like be huge. And not to mention there's crossplay. Did I forget about crossplay? Holy crap, I can now play with PlayStation and PC players. That is awesome. Like seriously, I am so happy that we are finally getting crossplay into this freaking gaming world, because this is something we've been asking for ages now. And so I don't know, you guys, I am very happy for this game. I think it will be successful gameplay-wise. If there's one thing that's going to screw up this game, it will either be microtransactions or the way that the game plays, just like Call of Duty Ghosts. I don't know. I'm excited. I can't wait for this game to come out. I think it'll be better than Black Ops 4 for sure. So anyway, that's all I have to say for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not already for more Call of Duty videos later in the future. And I shall catch you guys later.